everyone, welcome to Three Questions with me. Today I'm asking the questions, and the questions have everything to do with self-producing. Are you a self-producer? Tell me, what are some of the challenges you've faced as a self-producer? Well, that's question one, because the first one was really kind of like a give. And the second one is, where do you receive your funding, or how do you receive your funding? And the third question is, will you do it again? So I have self-produced. I've self-produced in my region where I live, in my city, and I've had different experiences. So the first thing, when I self-produced years ago, one of the things that that really helped me with my costs was having a place where I could have rehearsed for free. Because as we all know, rehearsal spaces cost a pretty penny, and it adds up very quickly. So that was one of the first things that really helped me kind of keep my costs down. And then the next thing was having a very small cast. Really and truly, we were working for nothing. None of us received any kind of compensation. It was just, mainly it was workshopping something, so I guess that really helped as well. And so, kind of took some of the pressure off me, because I didn't have to raise a whole lot of money. And really at that time, if I'm thinking about it, at that particular one, the money came out of my pocket, which many of us experience as self-producers. Now, last year when I was doing the Broadway Bound Theater Festival in New York City on Theater Row, it was different. I put in about half of the cost, and I was able to raise about half of it. But still, that's a lot of money. But, when I was thinking about it as an investment in my career as a playwright, it's an investment that I thought was worth it, and I am so glad I did it. One of the most common things that we face if we're fundraising is really generating interest in your product. If you have people who've been invested in you as a writer, as an artist over the years, and they're more willing to contribute in whatever amount. And sometimes people you're counting on may not come through, and it's fine. You just have to work at it. But I'm really thankful that last year and years previously, where I've done either workshops, where I've rented a space and needed to pay for the services, that I was able to, last year's the only year really that I was able to raise some money, and years before, the cost really was covered by people purchasing tickets to come and support the workshop. But it is expensive. We all know that. Theater is expensive, and when you're looking for a space, it's very difficult to find a space that's reasonable. And I'll just share this quick story. I want to put on this show so bad. I'm dying to put on this Stilettos monologues. I've been talking about it forever. I workshopped it years ago, totally redid it. And I'm thinking, surely I'll be able to do it, because I don't need a terribly large cast. 4 to 6 people. But then again, that adds up. If you're thinking over a 3-night period, that adds up. Looked at my dream location. It's my dream location to put on this play. Just could not afford it. When I went back and you're looking at the books and the numbers are just not adding up, it just breaks your heart. And as a self-producer, or someone who maybe you're not really considering yourself as a self-producer, but it is something that you might get into, the venue costs a lot of money. And it's just one of those other things to put into the whole pot in producing. So let me know what your experiences have been, and maybe we'll continue this discussion about what it means to be self-producing. Theater is very expensive, and we know it. There are so many of us out there, and no shade to anyone. There's so many producers out there. There's so much content that's available. Some theaters, they go for the tried and tested, they're going for pieces that have already been successful in New York, that have already had tours or runs. And so these are the places, a lot of the bigger theaters in my area, that's what they gravitate to. You really can't fault them in a way, because when you really look at the cost of putting on shows, you understand. So anyway, that's my experience. Remember to follow me. On Twitter, I am AphrodisiLit. On Facebook, you'll find me, Alethea McCollin Playwright. On Instagram, Alethea McCollin. And listen, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let's keep this going. I'm looking forward to just keep on talking about theater, about what we do, about some of the hiccups, some of the successes, everything theater. So until next time, bye.